would just like to say that I have to congratulate Iowa on an incredible season. Awesome. And I want to personally thank Kate.
For months, WNBA coaches and players treated Caitlin Clark like just another rookie.
No whistle there. Van Loo thought she was fouled. Here's Clark off to the races, ahead for Wallace. Perfect. Clark sees two.
They dismissed her impact, overlooked her record-breaking numbers, and tried to convince the world she wasn't special. But now the truth is undeniable. Caitlin Clark is simply too big to ignore.
All over her. Clark eyes up. Bounces to Boston. Boston one-on-one with Jones will flip it in.
The same coaches who once refused to acknowledge Caitlin Clark's greatness are now showering her with the praise she always deserved. Why? Because the so-called stars they tried to push ahead of her have completely flopped, missing layups, prioritizing TikTok trends over their game, and proving just how overhyped they really are.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to dominate, outclassing the competition, proving she's a generational talent, and making her doubters look foolish. She stands alone, no equal, no debate.
Clark, step back, handoff Boston. She'll give it back to her. Good ball movement. Samuelson's open, and she delivers with a three.
At the start of the season, some WNBA coaches did everything they could to downplay Caitlin Clark's impact. They treated her like just another rookie, even though she was already the biggest name in women's basketball. They dodged questions about her, shifted focus to other players, and tried to create the illusion that she wasn't as special as we all knew she was. But there was one problem. The fans never bought into that narrative. And more importantly, neither did reality. Caitlin Clark has been putting up numbers that make it impossible to deny her greatness.
You're getting some aerobic fitness in. Good. I need it.
Now, WNBA coaches are singing a different tune. Suddenly, they're praising her work ethic, leadership, and game-changing ability. They're finally admitting what fans already knew. Caitlin Clark isn't just a great player. She's the face of women's basketball.
Breanna Stewart, 4 NCAA championships at UConn. 4 times she was the MVP of the Final Four, the most outstanding.
Some coaches have even gone as far as calling her the best shooter they've ever seen. Others are praising her elite basketball IQ and how she makes everyone around her better. But here's the thing, these aren't just compliments, they're confessions. Confessions that they tried to fight the inevitable and lost. For months, the WNBA and the media pushed a different narrative. They desperately wanted fans to believe there was someone else, anyone else, who could rival Caitlin Clark. They handpicked their chosen one, a player they hyped up as the next big thing, someone meant to overshadow Caitlin. The problem? She flopped. Fans watched in disbelief as this so-called star missed wide-open layups, struggled to make an impact, and spent more time chasing social media clout than improving her game. The WNBA's attempt to manufacture a rival for Caitlin Clark completely backfired. Instead of rising to the occasion, this player exposed the massive gap between herself and Caitlin. And now, the WNBA is stuck in an embarrassing situation. They tried to pretend Caitlin Clark wasn't the star, but their hand-picked alternative only proved that Caitlin is miles ahead of everyone else. Every attempt to downplay her greatness has failed. Every effort to push another player ahead of her has collapsed. Every coach who once ignored her is now forced to praise her, that she's putting up numbers no other rookie has touched, that she's bringing in more fans, more revenue, and more media attention than the entire league combined, that she's outplaying so-called superstars who were hyped up for years. And now, she stands alone. No equal. No debate. Just greatness. This season started with doubt, jealousy, and a league full of coaches and players pretending Caitlin Clark wasn't the biggest thing in the WNBA. But now, they've been forced to face reality. They've watched their own overhyped stars fail in embarrassing fashion. They've seen Caitlin Clark put on a masterclass in what true talent looks like. And now, they have no choice but to give her the respect she's earned that it's too late to pretend otherwise. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star, that she's a legend in the making. Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise in the WNBA has forced even the most respected minds in basketball to acknowledge her greatness. But what makes their praise significant isn't just what they're saying, it's who they are. These aren't casual fans or media pundits. They are some of the sharpest basketball minds in the sport. Their words carry weight because of their own accomplishments, their expertise in player development, and their deep understanding of what makes a true basketball icon, like Stephanie White.
We talked about Clark has the big honor. Sably thinking about taking her. Clark gives it up. Mitchell, a wide open wing three is good.
Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White knows what it takes to win. She led the Connecticut Sun to the playoffs, and now she's back in Indiana for one reason: to restore the Fever's championship glory, just as she has before, both as a player and a coach. White recently compared Caitlin Clark's popularity to that of Taylor Swift, calling her Taylor Swift 2.0. She praised Clark's humility despite her massive fame and emphasized that her celebrity status won't distract from her on-court dominance. White has been around true WNBA stars her entire career, first as a champion player, then as a coach. She understands what it takes to lead a team to the finals and can tell the difference between hype and true greatness. The fact that she sees Clark as a megastar, not just for her game, but for her ability to handle fame, proves that Clark isn't just an elite player. She's a transcendent icon in the making. Then there's Christy Sides, the former head coach of the Indiana Fever, who had a front-row seat to the greatest rookie debut season in WNBA history. With decades of coaching experience at both the college and professional levels, Sides compared Clark's competitive fire to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Steph Curry, some of the fiercest competitors the game has ever seen. She also likened Clark's leadership and drive to Diana Taurasi, a WNBA legend known for her killer instinct.
Similar question to what I asked Caitlin, to know that Dawn praised Caitlin on the stage out there with all that Dawn means to women's basketball. What does that mean for you in terms of who Dawn is, and what does it mean to know that Caitlin is not done? She is going to continue to be a big deal, and for hopefully many years to come now as a professional.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Dawn Staley is the leader of women's basketball right now. She's our Olympic coach. She is the person that we are all looking up to. And she's somebody that when she says something like that to a player, it should make them feel really good. So I'm thrilled that she acknowledged Caitlin and her greatness. I really am. I think that Caitlin's going to continue to have this kind of impact in the WNBA Indiana's doing well with their ticket sales. I know Las Vegas just had to move to a different, bigger arena when Indiana comes to town. So those are all really good signs that, women's basketball is...
And some kind words for after the game in the handshake line. Just wondering if you wanted to share what those were.
Well, there's not a whole lot of strategy. You got to guard her. Nobody else seems to be able to guard her. We didn't even guard her last year when we beat them. She's just a generational player, and she just makes everybody around her better. That's what the great ones do. I think they had a kid that scored 21 and 18. She had 12 assists. Caitlin Clark's not going to beat you by herself. It's what she does to make those other teammates better that helps her score points and them score points to beat you. What did I say to her? I said, I sure am glad you leaving. I said, girl, you something else. Never seen anything.